I have developed a game that will keep your child occupied for a long, long time.
Gorgeous, baby. You're gorgeous.
This is the Josh Podcast Show. The anti-podcast podcast on God and man. The show that everybody's talking about. The show that will become a necessary part of your weekly mental diet. The show that picks up where JoshRolfe.com leaves off. The show title that uses the word podcast 4 times. Introducing your host, Josh Rolfe.
Ho 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 ho. It's so good to be here. Oh, my levels are so high. I'm getting red. You don't want to see red when you're recording. In the when you see the audio wavelengths of your voice, if you see red, that means it's a little too sensitive. Got the mic a little too sensitive. How are you? It's been a long time. Oh gosh, I got it again. I'm gonna have to turn this down a little bit. So I have a new review. June 1st, I got a review. May 30th was my last episode. The last one I did, it was on questions. That's a great question, part 2. And then I haven't done anything since. I did start to record. I did sit down, turned on the mic, set up the computer, had an idea, and I didn't go there. With each idea, for these 2 or 3 times that I've tried between May 30th and today, July 11th, I thought there was one I wanted to do, but I want to have someone else's voice. So I'm trying to find the right voice for this character, for this blog post that I've written in the past. But June 1st, I got a review. It's been the first review in a while. 5 stars by Rager on the Road. Thank you so much. The subject line says, "The absurdities of everyday life." I took that as a compliment. The absurdities of everyday life. This show is about that. So this listener received or enjoyed some of the discussions about those absurdities. I'm a latecomer to podcasts, says Rager on the Road. And this is the first one I've listened to. What an honor to be told that. I've been told that several times since I started this show. And it's always great for people to start with this one, because then they'll never be disappointed with any. They're always, the quality, production value is so much higher on every other podcast that this is a good one just to get your feet wet, so then afterwards you go, oh wow, yeah, Josh's podcast is pretty bad. I started at episode 1, says Rager on the Road, and I'm current as of June 1st. My favorites are your interviews and understandings of politics. Looking forward to more with Murray and your dad, because I think they are fascinating. Also thanks, smiley face. Also, thanks for figuring out the audio control, because I only listen while I'm in the car. So this person had listened to every single episode and had heard that the quality of the audio did go up after episode, 6 or 7. I was doing some funky stuff with the audio for the first 30 episodes. You can hear them much better after the 3rd or 4th, because I figured out how to do that. But anyway, don't want to belabor this. I'm already 4 minutes in, and we've got a lot to talk about with this Magical Parenting Part 3 series. And this one is called The Game, because it is a game that's free. You don't have to develop anything. You don't have to draw. You don't have to cut. You don't have to go to the store, buy arts and crafts. It's not a board game. It's just using your voice. It's a child using their voice. I have tested this once with my children a couple days ago. That's when I made this up. And I thought, why not make this part of the Magical Parenting series? Because it seemed to have worked pretty well. And the kids were talking about it the next day and the day after that, which is today. And so I thought, maybe there is something here. So I want to share it with you. Here's the game. The game is called HoobieDoobie. And I thought of putting this in the episode title, but that could probably be taken the wrong way. If you see Magical Parenting Part 3, the HoobieDoobie game. I don't know if I want that in the title itself, but this is the HoobieDoobie game. That is all one word, HoobieDoobie is the way I have it spelled. Okay. And this, as I said in the intro, this is a game that will keep your child occupied for a long time. I have 4 children and 2 of them were playing this and they played it for a while. And then this is the best part. I explained it to my wife because she was like, what is going on? The kids were talking about this Hubba Bubba thing. I said, no, it's the HoobieDoobie. It's not Hubba Bubba, the gum, but the game could have a different name. Hubba Bubba would probably work. But this one is the HoobieDoobie. Anyway, so my wife is saying this to me, like, what is this? So I explained it to her and I said, like, the best way to do it is just to play it. So we started playing the HoobieDoobie game and it's kind of funny. So maybe if you've had a few beers or you're at a party or something and you say, hey, have you heard of the HoobieDoobie game? This thing could take off, potentially. Now, I don't know how many of you would feel emboldened enough to share that with friends at a dinner party or a picnic or a barbecue or something, but I'll leave that in your capable hands, okay? So here's the game. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you say either the word Hoobie or the word Doobie. So if I say Hoobie, if I go 1, 2, 3, Hoobie, and the other person says Doobie, then you both won that round. If I say 1, 2, 3, and I say Hoobie, and the other person says Hoobie, then you both lose. See how it is? It's an odds game. So the odds are 50-50 each time you play that you will win. And when you win, you both win as a pair. When you lose, you both lose as a pair. That's the genius of this thing. Well, where it gets more fun is, first off, you can never hear what the other person said because you're in the middle of saying the word and they're both so close in sound that you don't hear the H in Hoobie or the D in Doobie. So you're always saying, what'd you say? Like, I said Hoobie. The other person says, I said Doobie. You say, okay, we won. Then you do the second round. And the goal is to get 3 rounds where you win. Now, the statistics behind that, I haven't figured out, but what are the statistics of 50-50, the calculator site? Because I want to tell you something really incredible that happened. My youngest is 4, and the next one up is 7. And that's the other cool thing about this game is I haven't tested this on 3-year-olds, but a 4-year-old, he's like 4 and 4 months, can figure this out. So young children are capable of playing this, as are grown-ups. Well, here, coin flip. So that would be the way to test it. That's dice. I don't want dice. Anyway, someone smart can figure out the 50-50 calculation on what are the odds of getting 3 in a row together. What was incredible is when my son and daughter were playing this 2 days ago, they got HoobieDoobie. They won 8 times in a row. Which, what are the odds of that? Like 1 in 400 or 1 in 4,000? I mean, it's got to be crazy to get 8 in a row. So that would be like calling the heads or tails 8 times in a row. That's pretty cool. Except it's a little more complicated because you're dealing with 2 humans. So it'd be like flipping coins, 2 people flipping coins 8 times matching heads or tails. That would be another fun game. So anyway, then I started playing with my wife, and it was cracking us up because it's so stupid. And that's the fun of the game, is that it's pretty dumb. So I'm going to have to try this with others. If you are driving right now and have no one to play this with immediately and you're dying to play, then let's play together right now. Okay? We're going to do it. I'm going to count to 3. You're going to say the word. I'm going to say the word, and let's see if we match up. And let's see how many times in a row. I'm going to do it 8 times right now. And then you get the rules. I'll count to 3. I'll say Hoobie or Doobie, and then we'll see whether we have a match there. I won't know if we won, but you will. And I hope we win at least once in these 8 times. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Doobie. 1, 2, 3, Hoobie. 1, 2, 3, Doobie. 1, 2, 3, Doobie. 1, 2, 3, Hoobie. 1, 2, 3, Hoobie. 1, 2, 3, Hoobie. 1, 2, 3, Doobie. Did you think I was going to do Hoobie more times in a row? So that was 8. How did we do? I would love to know. Send me your comments. If you have any show ideas, if you'd like to be on the show, if you have any thoughts, please share them. And my email is josh@flowit.co, flowit.co. Or you can leave a review, comment on the iTunes podcast. It's not easy to do. Thank you, Rager, for your review, and I'll be back hopefully next week.
Thank you for listening to the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. For more information, visit joshpodcast.com. Follow Josh on Twitter @JoshRolf. That's Rolf, ROLP as in podcast, H. Now go and have the best day and night ever. And have fun.